thought of something that my mother said to me when I graduated with my degree in photography. She said, "We're so glad you became a photographer." And she totally shocked me because she wanted me to follow my father and become a Methodist minister or some kind of a minister. And I said, "Mother," like, "what are you talking about?" She said, "Oh, we were so afraid you might become an artist." I do believe that place has shaped my life and my work. I mean, it's no mistake that my father was a Methodist minister and my mother was his piano player. I was born in Danville, Virginia. At 2, we moved to Shenandoah, and then to Newport News, then to Hampton, then to Norfolk, and to Portsmouth, and back to Norfolk County, and to Chincoteague Island, and back to Danville, Virginia when I was 15. So in 15 years, I'd lived in about 7 places in Virginia, and I'd had a real taste of what I felt the South was. And one of the really precious discoveries of doing this project for the High Museum, getting in an airplane in the South, when by that time, by 2001, I actually had given up aerial photography. I thought I'd had a fabulous, from 1980 to 2001, 20 years of aerial photography. I thought, well, I probably have said what I need to say. As soon as I got up, getting in and around the paper mills, a really poignant thing of flying in and around and near the paper mills is seeing that you can trace the outline of a rice field. That's a 17th, 18th century rice field. It's still cut into the marshland. You can still see the perimeter of the recessed field with its banks and its ditches. Now that's true, the island that's in the middle of the Savannah River is all rice fields. So the rice, the cotton, the tobacco that had been the commercial crops of the South had all been transposed into pine paper plantations. When I saw them in 2001, that's what I was witnessing. And I could decode it. And I thought, wow, that is, you know, the people in the 17th, 18th century thought, there'll never not be a rice plantation here. That's the way it'll always be. When Tom approached me about doing the project, Picturing the South, once I discovered there were literally 100 mills in the South. I say literally, I don't know, but there's a thing about this thick, which is the guide to paper and pulp industry in the United States. And with it, you get great information about how many millions of gallons of water are used every year or every day. I mean, Ashdown, when I went there, that yearly report recorded the use of 105 million gallons of water a day, and has to be treated before it can be returned to the river because the process produces dioxin, which is cancer-causing. And so the water, even when it's returned to the river, so acidic that downriver, you can trace the side of the river that's getting the acid because things are dead along that side of the river. That is really the ultimate reason to do any work, is to educate both your mind and your feelings to what is yet not understood, less than fully comprehended, to experience life as the edge of discovery.